Hello, hello, hello. Today is the 14th of March, 2022. It's time to have our bi-weekly talk with Norm Winski. Norm, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff. I thought I was last on your show on February 17th. I thought I would go through and review quickly what I said then, and how that all worked out. So the morning of the 16th, we had a full moon in Leo. We'll be reviewing anytime we have full moon, new moon. We round up the usual suspects: financials, grains, precious metals, and because it was in the sign of Leo, that covers corn, gold, and I'll probably skip OJ because nobody trades it. And then we had the night AC is after the close of the 16th. We had Mercury at an extreme cycle point, and anytime we have the Mercury, that's your grains, corn, soybeans, wheat. And then the night of the 17th, Saturn to the U.S. chart. That has to do with when the U.S. was founded on the 4th of July, 1776. Anytime we have that, we have the U.S. financials, which are U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then we had Jupiter making a 60-degree angle to Uranus, and that was cattle, copper, cotton, and oil. And then we had another extreme point the night of the 17th for Mercury, and that was corn, soybeans, wheat. And then we have Neptune lining up with the U.S. chart again, U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then we had a huge cycle for the U.S. Pluto, a 248-year cycle, got back to where it was on the 4th of July of 1776. And again, that's your U.S. financials by way of U.S. stocks, T-bonds, and U.S. dollars. So here we go. Keep in mind, here are the rules of the road, here are rules of the game. If the market goes down, we'll be looking into our magic time, our date, our key date. We'll be looking to buy. If it goes up, we'll be looking to sell. If it's AC, that means after the close, we usually do look to trade that on the next day's opening. So and if we're going sideways, we do nothing. Green is a winner, red is a loser, yellow we did nothing, okay, because it was going sideways. So here's green. We went down into the full moon. That was a low for the corn, and then it went sideways, and so we did nothing with those. Okay, here's your beans. It made a low on the moon again, went up to the after the close of 17th. We had a point there, and that didn't work. You didn't lose as much, but you didn't make anything, so that's a miss. And then we went sideways, so that's a nothing. All right, so here's wheat. Wheat, we had a little better time there. Went down into the moon, and the second point was a Mercury point, I believe. And then we went up, and then it didn't turn there, so it kept going. So we had two winners and one loser there. Wheat. Oh, I had to do the wheat chart in two parts because the wheat went up so much in the end of February, early March. When if you just did the regular picture, it smashed the scaling, smashed all the bars there because it almost doubled in price in like 2 weeks. So anyway, here's here. So I zoomed in here for the period that we're interested in, and you can see it better there. But I didn't want to make you think that I was leaving out anything. So there's the bigger picture on the wheat. It's about $7 here and almost $13 there at the top. Here's the cattle. We're going sideways, so we do nothing. Here's a cotton, again sideways, do nothing. Here's the copper going sideways, do nothing. Here's silver, had a little drop into our full moon window, and that was a low. Gold did the same thing, dropped into the full moon. That was a low yep. And then the S&P, I had a little rough time in the S&P. We had a very nice little short-term top here on our 2 points for the morning of the 16th and after the 16th. After the night of the 16th. And then we went down here for these 5 points, and none of those worked. So we went +2 and -5 on the S&P. But the bonds were much friendlier. Everything worked on the bonds. We had the 2 points for a low there. Then we went up, and that was the day before a high, a short-term top. And then we had those 2 points there for a nice short-term top there over the weekend of the 18th. Then we had the dollar. Made a low there, pulled back low there onto the moon. Then we went sideways. Then we went up for a little short-term top there into the Monday, the 21st weekend of the 18th. And then the currencies tend to dance to the moon. So here you had the pound one day ahead of a nice top there on the pound. And we had the Canadian dollar, made a nice short-term top there. And then you had the euro doing the same thing, made a very nice top there on the euro. And if you add them all up, we had green arrows, red arrows, 19 winners, 7 misses out of 26, so 73.07% winners. Here's what's coming up. Starting Wednesday, we have a bit of a cluster for events. We have the night of the 16th, Uranus to the U.S. chart, U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. Full moon in the night of the 17th, full moon in Virgo. That's we round up the usual suspects, financials, grains, precious metals, and because it's in Virgo, especially soybeans. And then the night the over the weekend, 18th, Venus will hit one of its cycle points, and that'll be cattle, copper, cotton, sugar, and wheat. And Saturn to the U.S. chart also over the 18th weekend, U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. If you'd like any help with any of these technical terms, or you would like to get the notes, just email me and I will send them to you. And if you like, I'll go through them with you and give you a free class. Here's something sort of some of you may have heard of the Bradley model. Mr. Bradley inspired this back 50 years ago when I ran across his book there. He said that you could quantify, give numerical values to the different planetary events and then plot them on a graph, and that would give you a forecast. And that's what I've done here with the blue line. This is for February, and I did the blue line back in January, and then I overlaid the black bars, those S&P 500 10-minute bars on top. And as you can see, I think that worked out maybe 85% or so correlation there. So that's pretty good. All right, and then we have, and if you don't know me by now, I've been doing this professionally about 45 years. I'm a former Chicago floor trader. I was on the CBOE and the Chicago Board of Trade, and I've studied just about everything out there. And, Gann, Elliott, all that cycles, all that stuff. And if you'd like to get a free class or whatever, give me a call. And here's my contact information here in beautiful, sunny Naples, Florida, 239-594-3939. My email's Winski at mbark, that's Q in the middle there, EMBARQ, MAIL.com. Or you can call me on Skype at NWINSKI_digit1. Looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff.
Norm, that's terrific. It looks like if we haven't had enough fireworks already, we're going to have some more fireworks coming up at the end of the week. So,
you betcha.
All right. Well, we'll see you back in a couple of weeks. Norm, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Everybody have a great day and a great week ahead.